Yo, welcome back to another episode of Final Possession. Y'all know the crew is back. You got John, aka Zulu, at the bottom. You got Darius, aka Dare, at the top. And we just gonna start the show off by saying Miami Hurricanes football is ass.
Damn, hey, yo.
Darius said they ain't losing no more to Chargers. So let's get into the conversation. Hey, John, Crystal Ball is what I told you he was.
Bruh,
But I'm gonna give you next year.
yeah.
And when Crystal Ball do the same shit, don't come back and say I told you so.
Hey, you feel me? If year 2 look the same as year 1, I have nothing to say about it, bro. I won't even talk about Miami football. But
I mean, year 2 gonna look the same as year 1 because y'all had a pro quarterback in the first round, top 10 pick, and he ain't no longer even in the first
it was a reach, though,
three
bro.
round. Come on, fam. Nah, it's a reach.
It was a reach.
Sound like it's
You never heard me call him that.
sound like it's an offensive coordinator job.
I mean, either way, you watched him play, so you would know.
I did watch
Even when we did try to throw the ball, like, I mean, again, talented, yes, but again, what we ran last year, ain't the same what we ran this year. Shoot, I mean, we had a revolving door going because one inconsistencies, and then he got hurt like twice. You know, what I mean, it just year 1 we had players not from Crystal Ball. Half of them don't even want to play football. They didn't want to play football last year when Manny was still there, and they just still having to be on the team. I mean, that's the fact. That's just from inside
Who's the coordinator for Notre Dame?
Say it again.
Who managed the DC for?
Penn State.
Penn State.
Yeah,
And
like,
their defense is legit.
Yeah, but they didn't not want to play. They want to play football. It's a couple of them dudes in that locker room, Miami certifies, and the guys in there don't want to play football. They just in there. They good enough to play, so they took the scholarship and they did what they did. It's all good though. Whatever.
It's
Next
okay.
year,
These excuses are coming out finally.
I ain't telling no excuse. I'm gonna tell you what they told me.
Man, I could have sworn you told Darius 2 weeks ago that these injuries don't matter. Well, Darius probably told you that.
I didn't say nothing about nobody being injured. I just said folks who want to play football.
All right, y'all. I gotta start it off like this. It's a sad day on the second team I like in this world, only because I go for him. So since Darius admitted his fault 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna admit my fault. LSU stunk it up. A&M. I don't know if A&M looked good, but Darius said they was out there making some plays, and I seen a one-hand catch on 2 people. So like,
Moose was going nutty. They couldn't do nothing with Moose. Nothing.
so
But that only goes back to what I was saying way back when we was talking about conferences. SEC is a mid-conference.
hey, it don't matter to me. Y'all know the Pac-12 the best this year.
Even go, I ain't gonna disagree with you. I'm talking about from
UCLA come out there.
From USC to California. Now California probably don't got the record, but those guys was highly competitive. But it just goes to show, like teams like Wazoo and Washington and USC, UCLA, Oregon State, like all them gonna be bowl teams. And I ain't talking about the Papa John's Bowl. I'm talking about 4 of them teams might be New York 6 teams, right? So, Pac-12 was by far the best conference in college football this year. By far. It's not even close.
I would agree.
I mean, it's only because the ACC decided they want to just start losing every single game in the world.
After 4 weeks, it was a wrap.
Alpha just said, "Yep, you know what? Let's just our 10 teams we got in there. Let's just go ahead and get them out." Out of there.
Just not want to play.
It's crazy because like the top 4 teams went down, then other teams started coming up, like North Carolina, like Florida State. They got back on the road, but the rest of them cats like Clemson, they fell out. Wake Forest fell off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened to them. NC State took a couple injuries. They started falling off. So it just flipped where Pac-12, they was competitive from August 29th all the way to now. It was really
real good football played.
Real good football playing in the Pac-12. And it's crazy because they normally like the softest conference in terms of teams.
I mean, it's just more That I mean, they ain't. They just nobody watches. They play at 9 o'clock at night. Who?
Nigga,
10 o'clock
That don't
at
help
night.
either.
Ain't
That don't
nobody
help
else
either.
watching that except me.
cats do eat sleep or at the club.
Either one of them, huh?
Yeah.
But look, all I'm saying is these conference. Well, Pac-12 always been like that. I mean, UCLA of course has been down recently, and then they go out there and lose to Arizona. But let's just say this: the Pac-12 ain't making a state for them to have one team in the college football playoffs. Cause you got Arizona out here beating UCLA. Like, come on, bro.
Two. It could have been two, but Oregon jacked it versus Washington.
I don't think it was gonna be two. They was gonna play each other. If Oregon didn't lose to Washington, it'd been USC versus Oregon, and I wanted that rematch too, cause we're gonna beat their ass too. Yeah, it was this year they didn't separate it in terms of North and South. They did best two
I just want
overall
USC
records.
to give you what you want,
Who?
USC.
What you mean?
I just want them to give you what you want. I just want you. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you happy, man.
All right, look.
I just like to point out before it started, I predicted USC in the top four.
We did. I had us losing.
did.
It's crazy. I had us losing the games that we actually lost.
And they shouldn't have lost that game.
And we should have lost to UCLA. Them the only two games I say we was gonna lose this year. I knew we won, and possibly Notre Dame.
They definitely should have beat Utah, bro. I don't even know how. I don't even understand how you let a tight end go for 250 yards.
Look, I'm gonna let you know, and it ain't gonna happen this time.
He's a round winner.
They doubling that shit this time. Somebody better beat us. It ain't him. But yeah, this is definitely true. Darius did call the USC Trojans making the college football playoffs. But what? Just to go off topic, what y'all think about Spencer Rattler the last 2 weeks?
I think in those last 2 weeks, I think he looked like that prospect we thought he was going to be at Oklahoma in those last 2 weeks. Now, does that mean he's good?
No.
He's potential. He's got potential. I just think that's all I think it all it does reaffirm he got potential. Like, I mean, you can't call him good. I mean, when you say, hey, there's a ceiling for him, it just matter if you're willing to roll the dice on that or not.
He did knock out 2 heavyweights back to back, which is very impressive. That's very impressive.
I mean,
it wasn't light either. It wasn't light by any means. He went crazy.
I wouldn't say Tennessee's a heavyweight on offense for sure. They defense, I don't care what stats you've been pulling up to Mizzou. That's why stats are overrated sometimes.
Hey,
Because they defense don't stop anything.
Hey,
It's just all they do is they get that one stop and they gonna probably get ball at half. They gonna score every fucking time down the field, just like Lincoln. Well, until he stopped not scoring against Notre Dame, and then somebody had to show up. But they gonna have to score every time down the field, bro, for Tennessee to stay in the game. That's why Tennessee scored 35 points in every game, and most of the games, quote, Bama 49-52. And Bama don't even got wide receivers this year. So just think about it. But what y'all think about that Michigan and Ohio State game? The game.
Really not surprising. I mean, the amount of points was scored was surprising.
Yeah.
I think CJ Stroud played well enough, but I think Michigan was the better team. Does that make sense? Like, I think Michigan is more of a complete team, where Ohio State is just what you just talked about for Tennessee. They just all offense, really, right? So you don't even know. I mean, all through the season, they was just a better team up until they played the better team, right? So they wasn't better than Michigan, but they was better than everybody else they played. So honestly, if they, no matter when they played, right? So if they played Michigan at the beginning of the season, I think Michigan still would have beat them. Because I think Michigan is by far the better team because they played both sides of the ball. And I think that will propel them to the victory and possibly, if they don't go and think it up, but the playoffs. And maybe Harbaugh finally get that signature win that he don't have. I mean, they beat Ohio State last year and then got smoked by Georgia.
Well, this is what I got to say about Ohio State. Everybody was Ryan Day this, Ryan Day that. Ryan Day was basically playing off of Urban Meyer class. The years that he was doing super well. Except Justin Fields, he probably got him because of Urban Meyer though, because they seen the system. But outside of that, Ohio State, yeah, they gonna beat the teams in the Big Ten because they playing Indiana, Purdue, Iowa.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, they better than them teams. They're better than them.
They gonna recruit better than them easily.
Yeah.
But they get on a same level field with Michigan. 2 years in a row, defense look bad. C.J. Stroud, I don't think C.J. Stroud played to his ability this year against Michigan.
I still think, like I said, I agree. He did well enough. Now, granted, he could have used his legs way more than he did.
He can. You know, he's a SoCal kid, but
I mean, I think he did what you could ask a quarterback to do. Yeah, you would hope he can go the extra mile because the defense is so bad to make a player too. But again, when you play a team that is a complete team or plays as a complete team, okay, how good you are. If it's only you and if you ain't working, they find a way. It is what it is.
It's just crazy they did that without Blake Corum too.
Yeah, especially when you got to press too.
They had the other guy. He went for 200.
Edwards went stupid.
Off 3 runs.
I don't know who the run game coordinator is, but he need to come to Los Angeles.
Hey, the crazy part about it is Ryan Day went out there and hired Oklahoma State defensive coordinator just for this game.
And they still got smoked.
Well, I don't know what's little bro name. Number 12. What he was doing all game, fam?
He was getting smoked.
He was out there putting himself in the goddamn blender.
He probably was a freshman.
Maybe so.
Or a sophomore.
I think he is a freshman, actually a true freshman, but still, like there's no reason for you to put yourself in that many bad positions, fam.
Bad technique, man.
Hey.
You seen that little double move? I think his last name Johnson, number 6 did. Bro, technique is everywhere on there.
I had like 3 catches and 3,000 yards.
Hey, it was funny that I was at the game with some Ohio State fans, but watching them suffer was so funny, fam. It was funnier than it needed to be honest. Them folks came out the mug depressed. Sheesh.
Bro, this man said that they had 3 catches for 3,000 yards, bro.
Essentially, he did, bro. Like,
it wasn't
do no wrong.
It wasn't that bad, but he was. Bro, that McCarthy kid, the QB.
He gonna be all right.
He gonna be all right.
He gonna be all right.
He stayed on pace. He stayed at pace. He be straight for sure.
Yeah, he gonna be. I ain't saying he gonna be a first round talent, but I think the Steelers there for him for sure.
For sure.
With that, does anybody think with this weekend coming up, like you said, Josh, right? If any team outside of Georgia, right? Really, well, if any top 4 team loses, does that change anything in the top 4, you think, or do they just need to go ahead and stay how they are and go in?
I love undefeated, huh? Except USC.
Except for USC, yeah.
I think they're the only ones that's in like a must win. I don't know. I'll take that back because I think if Purdue beat Michigan, you got to take Michigan now, right? You know, you're a way more superior opponent.
Yeah.
And you go out there and lose to Purdue. Now everybody else, I don't even think you can really discredit USC for losing to Utah.
Right.
I really think you can. If LSU beat Georgia, I think I gotta take Georgia out. That'd be tough though.
You know what I'm saying? Like we really gonna take them out and put these other 2 lost teams in? That's the only ones left.
Ohio State's in there 5.
Ohio State, my bad. Ohio State, they get the one lost. My fault.
But then outside of them, hopefully none of them lose. Hopefully the top 4 stay the top 4. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I just like to see every conference represented. Let it rock.
What the?
Damn, my boy got dropped.
I guess he was over.
I can't even see you, Jay Will.
Nah, I turned my camera off.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, I mean, I hope all the Power 5 conferences that can be represented are, and that just be what that is.
True.
But they just been talking it up. I'm just saying, anybody like the 4, we hope the 4 stays the 4, but they was talking it up like, who do you put in and why do you put them in if such and such loses? Like, sheesh, that is a tough conversation to have. I wouldn't want to be in a committee on that one, to be honest.
Who is your Who was y'all Heisman Trophy winner this year?
The future Saints quarterback, Caleb Williams.
That man been saying that for the last 2 weeks.
He's not gonna be a Saint, bro.
Hey,
Y'all even got a
why you so mad, bro? Why you so mad?
Bro, we talk. That's 2 years. We got a year.
2
We got a
years
whole
from
year
now.
and a half to go. A year from now, you don't know what we got.
So you gonna suck next year?
No. Sean Payton gonna get us a first round pick.
From who?
Probably
Y'all.
from y'all.
Stop the cap.
I'm just gonna let you know your guy might be out of there.
Man, you ain't gonna fire no coach that just came from the NFC Championship game.
Oh, that's what you.
That's what you believe.
You bold. You a bold man.
Hey,
You a bold
They
man.
came from the NFC Championship games, man.
it's either there or Dallas, huh? Because
He said he's interested in Arizona. Arizona will pull the trigger for sure.
They absolutely
will.
would.
They.
Yeah.
I'll be flipping the subject.
you can flip it.
Yeah, because Caleb Williams is the Heisman. We ain't got nothing else to do. You know what
Arizona is a win now team, right? So I think Vance Joseph is one of the better quality defensive coordinators in the league.
I agree.
Then you got an offense with Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Brown. Granted, those guys missed some injury time, and Kyler Murray and James Conner, right? So you stir up the offensive line. These guys, they ready to win right now. And Cliff Kingsbury just don't seem to be leading them in that direction. He's never really been a winning coach, not even at the college level. So how he even got an NFL job, I don't even know. But I think Arizona will entertain that idea, even though Sean Payton is that hard set on coming to Los Angeles, which he can forget. But he is that hard. I think Sean Payton can switch that whole Arizona team around in terms of offense. Then he bring in Dennis Allen, who's about to lose his job. You bring in Dennis Allen and go and be the DC, and you just start that thing all the way back over. That whole Saints thing you had going in the order.
I mean, I don't think
Depends
DC
how
gonna.
y'all finish.
I don't think Da gonna get fired this year.
Nah, I was trolling.
Yeah. I think he get a year.
He might. I don't know the NFL. He might get fired though.
He could. It's
Because-
everybody wants him to get fired for sure, but I think he get another year, fam.
All right, the people
But
speak in New
always want
Orleans.
somebody to get fired after the losing season, but I'm just like, fam, if everybody go out there winning, like what would
It wouldn't be
that's not
hard,
even-
huh?
Yeah.
That's not even realistic.
Right. And like I don't think like so when I've been dealing with the other fans that be in these spaces, right? They be like, like you tweeted it earlier, there's pessimistic fans. I'd be like, bro, y'all just trying to find anything to add on to the fuel of why like we're losing. That's enough to get fired, yes, but don't forget the whole picture of what's been happening since the season started for any coach, honestly, not just for DA. But like, come on, man, y'all. Just say you miss Sean Payton and just call it a day. Or,
And the
Yeah,
crazy
they
part, and I
don't,
think
want to admit that.
the worst part about it, this what bothers me, right? The worst part about it, the division is still in reach for y'all.
This shit,
Literally.
I wish
That's
it'd get
terrible.
thrown out the
That's terrible.
fucking window. That's the crazy part.
That's so terrible.
it's misery, honestly, every Sunday. I'd be upset because I'm like, dog.
If the Saints get in the playoffs, we're gonna have cause a lot of trouble for some teams.
That's true. Upset specials for sure.
I was telling John, I'm like, bro, y'all top 12 in both offense and defense, and somehow y'all 4-8.
You feel me? And my thing is, like,
It'd be the timely shit, bro. It'd be like they be on drives, just like against San Fran. We on a fucking drive, and I look at fucking AK fucking fumble the ball. What the fuck,
like foul, do anything else, bro. Or Andy Dalton hit 2 months in the face, fam. Niggas can't catch all of a sudden.
Nah, but
One-
Andy
one
Dalton
was
do
not.
be throwing some terrible ass balls. That shit they threw in the end zone to Juwan, and the announcer was like, "That was a good ball." No, the fuck, it was not no good ball.
Where's he gonna put it at?
Fam, don't throw it to him.
He hit all this.
Fam,
I mean, if you throw a dot, you throw a dot, fam.
Warner was on him, looking at him eye to eye, like Warner Juwan.
Listen. You throw it till you feel like you catch the ball. It is what it is. If it touch you, the rule is touch your hands, you got to catch. Especially if it touch your hands, your face, and your chest. And Jawan's made a couple of great catches this year already.
I mean,
Taysom Hill,
I understand that. That
don't know.
don't just because he made great catches, that don't make it a good ball to throw.
It might not have been the right ball to throw, but it was a.
That's all I said. I mean,
I thought you were talking about like not a good ball, like actually.
nah,
Bad.
like
Yeah.
the read wasn't good at all.
Yeah. I mean, but shoot, sometimes you gotta do that. I mean, but my thing, regardless, that's still a thing to go into. Like, bro, you can't have those drops when you got 21 points you left on the board essentially in that game, and you held the team to 14 points.
Those
Whatever.
13.
13.
Those dropped for touchdowns.
Yeah,
That's tough.
2 tubs, and then AK fumble.
Yeah,
At least got 3.
Twice.
You at least
He
got
fumbled
3
once and they scored a touchdown off of
They
it.
scored off. Yeah, they scored off of it. And then and this my back to what I was going to say though. My point is like when folks bring up coaching, right? I like overall you got to put the team success on the coach, so that's totally understood. But it's at some point, bro. I hope folks be want to let people off the hook. Like, bro, nobody tell Chris Harris to go out there and run into Jawan Jennings on the sideline for no reason, and then it turns into a touchdown off a tip pass. No one told him to do that. You held them. They were done. They would have got the catch. Sure, you would have held them maybe the 3. It'd been a 6-0 game going to halftime. No one tells them to do that. No one tells who was it? It wasn't Trevor Penning. It was
Is he back?
yeah. That was his first game back.
How'd he look?
It was,
First game. That's a tough game to come back, man.
Yeah, it was first game.
I ain't gonna lie either. Yeah, that is a tough game for it to come back. Against the number one defense.
Yeah, I tweet. The only thing he should have been doing was run blocking. How about that? But I guess run blocking didn't help either because we couldn't run the ball either, so it didn't matter. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
like,
they put him in with
start.
Taysom.
Yeah, the false start won the in the red zone. They took us out of scoring position. He had a kick 3, like stuff like that, bro. Like you can yell, you can politic, you can practice watching the snap count all day, but players got to know, bro. You've been doing this your whole life, man. Come on, fam.
Bruh, I can't even say nothing about the defense this game, but Pete Carmichael, Brian Carmichael, whatever for his name, he gotta fucking go.
Slide.
He gotta go, bro.
Bro, it's too.
Bro, I just watched like some of the stuff. Like, do he like go into the game plan and just be like, well, okay, we just gonna run all hitches, goals, and curls past the first down, and then like the games they look good on. Yeah, Sean Payton told Drew Brees, Jameis Winston, whoever else was at QB, you got 41 on the field, and you look at 2-3 reads and ain't there. He's somewhere. So throw him the ball. But Andy Dalton and them don't do that. Well, shit. Andy Dalton don't do that. I can't say it for Jameis right now. And Jameis lost his job to Andy Dalton. That's crazy.
It's tough.
That's
I
a
mean,
tough
but
way to lose it.
even in the beginning, James wasn't doing it the first either. But the whole offense looked bad then. So,
But at the same time, he had Michael Thomas, so you can do that.
yeah.
If you got Mike, you can do that.
Yeah. So
And he had everybody. He had Mike, Jarvis, and what you call. Now Jarvis is coming back.
And that's another thing. As much as I love me some Jameis Winston, I wanted to play out season. Like, bro, it was what it was when he started, and he got hurt, and he was hurt like majorly. Like, the nigga back was broke. I don't understand what folks be like, bro. I get Jameis. I'm like, fam, how long you think it takes somebody to heal from a broken back? And then he messed his foot back up. He got back. Like, what are we talking about?
So he injured prone. Got you. Okay.
Anyway.
So
Yeah, I'm off.
on to the boats on the down south from San Francisco. Y'all getting healthy.
Getting healthy and it's getting scary is what's happening. Right? So, hey, fam, it's getting scary.
Who y'all play last week again?
Huh?
Who y'all play last week again? Remind the chat.
We play Arizona.
Yeah, okay.
Where we getting it?
I just want you to remind the chat.
I just saw high praises for Arizona. Right? Arizona's a good team. They record don't reflect, but they're a good team. They got some players. And that was the full complement. Right? That's the second time we didn't play teams who was injured, then came back against us fully healthy. Right? So the first time we were San Francisco, which we should have won. But we didn't have the players to beat them because they were the better team.
I don't think y'all should have won against the Cardinals, but hey, welcome to the Colin Murray show.
Huh?
Welcome to the Colin Murray show.
Kyler Murray actually played very, very well.
Towards the end, he didn't, but yeah. Huh?
See, this is what we do. This is what I've been saying all season, bro. You're not gonna beat us running the ball. A lot of people, oh, they last, they can't stop the run, but we are 4-0 in games we can't stop the run. Cleveland ran all over us, we won. Atlanta ran all over us, we won.
So what, they got to throw all over y'all? Feels like.
That's bro. You gotta complete the passes. Brandon Staley put it perfectly, bro. He said 140-yard pass is equivalent to 3 5-yard runs. So you can 5-yard, 5-yard, 5-yard all your way down the field if you want to, but you cannot get the big play versus it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna beat us because what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the big play and we're gonna win and we're gonna take the running game away. Now you gotta throw the ball, and we are a top 10 passing team defensively. That's what a lot of people want to acknowledge. So when a lot of people, like I was telling y'all friend Eric, he was like, bro, you can't stop the run. Okay, that's probably true. But is Ryan Tannehill going to make the throws? So when we lost to Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence was making the throws. When we lost to Seattle, Geno Smith was making the throws. When we lost to Kansas City, both times, well, the first time we threw a pick six and they kind of messed up our momentum. But the second time, Patrick Mahomes was making the throws, right? And they had 100 yards on the ground, but he was also making the throws. And when we lose to these teams, bro, we losing these teams because the quarterback can make the throws. When they don't make the throws, we're going to win every single time.
Who the rest of y'all schedule?
So this week, we got Las Vegas, which I'm not concerned. Josh Jacobs might not even play, which I hope we want. I want everybody healthy.
Josh Jacobs ain't going to play?
He might not play. He got a calf injury.
Man, you just ran for 200 yards, fam.
Hey, that's why his calf hurt.
Man, hell no. I'm ready for the next. I'm finna get a workload out there.
So we got the Raiders Sunday, right? We got the division game that I never sleep on division games. Then we got Miami on Sunday night. They didn't flex us to Sunday night again. Then Mike Williams might be back. Keenan Allen, he's back. Josh Palmer looking like who we thought he was going to be, right? All of a sudden, we talk about if Joey Bosa coming back. If Bosa come back, I'd meet y'all in the AFC Championship game. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'd meet y'all in the AFC Championship game.
2 times for Tua, baby.
I feel so bad. Hey,
listen, y'all can win long as Tua do his dirt.
I play the fantasy practice. Just
fantasy practice.
I dropped him, and now you probably
Bro, it's just yeah, you dropped a lot of people, Darius.
I did.
You dropped Gary Wilson too, and now that man out here doing numbers for me.
Hey, bro.
George Pickens.
Hey, Josh, I'm gonna rope you in on this, bro. Me and Darius having this conversation today, fam. And so I put it in a little thing, so I gotta get off my chest now while it's on my mind, bro. Do you consider Jalen Hurts an MVP candidate, correct?
Yeah.
What is your stipulations for MVPs, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm gonna give you the answer to everyone else that they probably didn't give you. Football is a team game. That's what Darius like to tell me, and his team is very successful. And it's not like he has terrible numbers, so he would be in the MVP race. My stipulation of an MVP is based off your numbers and what one side of the ball is doing. So if let's say, a wide receiver, he get 10 catches for 200 yards a game every game, he need to be in the MVP conversation. And just like QB, because they can't control what's on the other side of the ball. That's a coaching thing. So, like, you can't sit there and blame Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying that he don't deserve blame now. But you can't sit there and blame Jalen Hurts for them niggas giving up 33 points against the Packers.
Or anybody, right?
Or anybody.
Or so does that not even factor in more than him being a reason for him having it, because he knows it's dang near written. My defense might give up 30, so I got to make sure I put up 30 plus a game.
Well, for his case, it's not, because his defense might not give up 30 every game. But
I'm just saying that it's possible. It's not impossible. It's not like they going out there, hey, I know my defense holding.
I mean, it could be vice versa. Like, let's just say like let's say the Saints. Let's put Jameis in here. The Saints got a stellar defense. Let's say Saints create turnovers, but Jameis is playing out of his mind on offense. Who you give the credit to? I'm pretty sure we're going to get a credit to the defense because they put him in situations to score touchdowns, drive the ball, and stuff like that. Even though he's consistent enough to put the numbers up. But that's who I'm giving the credit to in terms of that. But Jalen Hurts ain't doing that. Jalen Hurts taking the ball from the 25, and he's driving down the field, and he's scoring touchdowns. So run, pass, kick, or however you want to get it down there.
But you would say this year he's playing well at the quarterback position, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, he played well this year. He may not play well next year. We just don't know. We all don't know. This is like Tua. A-Rod played well last year. He looked like shit this year. So.
Exactly. So what we had two individuals try to tell us that Jalen Hurts still ain't good for whatever reason. And I was like, I just don't understand how your team is 10-1 or 11 or whatever they are now, and your quarterback not good. Like I don't make sense.
Who told y'all that?
Then we was told that the Eagles not a prolific offense.
Is this the same guy that said Lamar Jackson shouldn't have won the MVP or something like that?
Nah. He was talking. He was.
I was saying Jalen Hurts' numbers wasn't the same as Lamar Jackson's.
Yeah, he was trying to say Jalen Hurts' situation ain't the same as Lamar. I'm like,
it definitely is the same. And they went and you know what the Eagles did? They went out there and grabbed everybody he needed to be productive.
It's pulling him for that. Like, oh, he got a super. I'm like, bro, really? They drafted those people and went and got AJ Brown, which is the same thing that they be screaming for the Ravens to do for Lamar Jackson. So I really don't understand like the goalposts, right? So and then we was told that the Eagles are not a prolific offense, but however the Eagles are top 5 in offensive yards and number 3 in points per game. So I don't really understand like how are they not prolific.
Even if you're not even looking at the numbers, bro, just look at who's on the offense. You can just go by Miles Sanders and they got Kendall Gainwell and Boston Scott. Or Scott Boston, whatever his name is. And then you go to the outside. Well, now we got people out there that's really something. We got Devontae Smith. We got A.J. Brown. We got Watkins, who's a burner that we need out there stretching the field. We got Goddard at tight end. Whoa. I don't understand what – you can just name names and don't even talk about the numbers, and you'd be like, well, that offense is probably going to be pretty good. Devontae Smith is a first-round draft pick. A.J. Brown's a first-round draft pick. Watkins ran a 4.2 something, so we know why he out there. Miles Sanders should be a top 10 back almost every year.
Right. And it's like, bro, I don't know how you discredit a guy for making do with what he got. Like, we could bash him if he was underperforming with all this, for sure. But even then, we'll tell somebody who was, even if you think he's mediocre, all you gotta do is manage it. But like, obviously, the level of play has to add up to meet the standard of what the players are, bro. I'm just like, you got to go out there and execute. So there's no way you're going to bash a man because the team decided to help him be better, and he's actually playing better. I don't get it.
He was like, well, he's not the MVP because he got these people. So then I was like, so what's the difference between this team and the Kansas City team, right? Because Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes had 2 top 5 players at their position.
So I got a question. So what? Who do they think the MVP is?
They saying Patrick Mahomes, which is fine. We didn't say nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay.
But we just saying he's not even a candidate.
Yeah, they just saying they're like he's terrible. He's mid. I'm like, bro,
so they said did they say Tua is a candidate?
We didn't have Tua in there. I said that to somebody else at the end, but we weren't talking about it. It was really just about Hurts, and then they just brought up Patrick Mahomes because they like Patrick Mahomes, which is fine. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, even then, I was like, not to discredit Patrick Mahomes at all, but we're not gonna act like Andy Reid ain't have Alex Smith looking all world either.
Bro, y'all want me to be honest?
A way better talent, so it looks way better. But Alex Smith was who before he got with Andy Reid?
I know this may be off the wall, but if you want me to be completely honest, Jalen Hurts should have beat Tom Brady in the playoffs last year. But they shouldn't even have been in that predicament to even be playing Tom Brady because they should have been winning more games than they won. But the head coach still he went away from his whole game plan that he did the whole season to get them back into the playoffs hunt, running the ball. And then you get to that game, you look at the stats, Jalen Hurts threw the ball 50 sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing out here, bro?
That man's second year in the league, and he wasn't coming in supposed to be Peyton Manning by no means. You don't run the ball. Even Peyton Manning lose when you don't run the ball.
I just never and the coach.
Run the ball is Justin Herbert.
Okay, so because they need to run the ball too, but Justin Herbert is definitely a good quarterback. So if you don't have to run the ball, he will probably be. It's probably like 4 or 5 of them in the league that you be like, all right, bro, we don't need to run the ball. I believe we can win a game. We'll win some games, and he's probably one of the 4 or 5. But for whatever y'all homies be saying, they off that pack, because if that's the case, we just gonna throw them in there with them and see if they gonna be an MVP conversation then.
Right, because look, we
at this point, shit.
Let it say with Dak Prescott, it'd be at the end of the world. That's what we should have said.
I mean, Dak Prescott ain't a bad QB. He just would never be in a MVP conversation because he get hurt every year, and then second of all, they lose games that they shouldn't even be fucking losing.
So here we go, right?
Go ahead.
Here we go. I got the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game.
All right, chat. Hey, look, I appreciate y'all rocking with us today. It's a short stream. You know what I'm saying? Dez over here trolling again. So, we just gonna end it early tonight.
That's because you assuming they get no deal, huh?
No, that's not even why.
I don't even think they get no deal.
Got the perfect. When I say perfect recipe, they got the perfect recipe, right? They got 2 headed monsters.
They do. That Tony Pollard, he's something else, boy.
They got a quarterback who can make the necessary throws. What I just spoke about, right? You got to make the throws. They got a quarterback that can make a necessary throw. CeeDee Lamb is emerging. Michael Gallup is looking healthy.
Yep.
They got 2 tight ends. Tyron Smith is coming back, and they're going to continue to do what they've been doing all year, which is playing great defense.
So who's in the NFC Championship game? Dallas and who?
Yeah, who else you got in there, my guy? Just so you.
Well, obviously it depends on how the chips fall, right? But if they fall like I think they're gonna fall, I think Dallas is gonna end up playing Philly.
Outside of Philly, who you got?
If it ain't Philly, the record say it's going to be the Vikings, but I'm just not confident in the Vikings, right? They didn't play 2 good teams, and they got their ass whooped twice.
Who the other team they
played? They played 3 good teams, right? And they lost 2 of those 3.
Who was it? They played...
They got stumped by
Philly, Buffalo, and then they got
smoked by Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat Buffalo, but...
He's saying it was the 3 good teams, though. You're talking about.
So, they lost. They just didn't lose those games. They ass kicked. Like, those games weren't even close.
Yeah.
So, the record want to tell me to put the Vikings in there. But if I'm going based off what I saw, I don't know if they're good enough to play with these teams. So maybe if it's not Philly, San Francisco.
San Fran, I hope we ain't sleeping on San Fran rolling like they are.
They ain't really rolling, to be honest, but...
Outside, Josh.
I mean, I'm saying to get the people they got back, and then Mitchell out now. So
I just be trying to tell people Jimmy ain't sorry is what they think he is. He 41 and 19.
I'm saying Jimmy is playing the football.
But Jimmy ain't no playoff QB, so you can get that out your head. We can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you now.
49ers. They got healthy versus us. We wasn't healthy. Right? They beat us 22-16. And that game literally came down to the final possession.
They beatable for sure, but they finding ways to win.
And they played y'all.
No, they are more than beatable.
If y'all don't make the mistakes, that's another game.
That's all season though.
I'm just talking about from San Francisco. A lot of people like hopping on San Francisco did. It wouldn't have not surprised me if Miami go out there and run them people.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either.
if they go out there, San Francisco is not what the media want them to be. They're not.
They defense is though. They defense like that.
Defense real. They won in they're one in every stat. They number one in every stat. So
yeah, except short down, third down conversions. That bitch is last. But
yeah, third that mini stat right there. Yeah.
But I don't even know how that happens. But we gonna move on from that.
I mean, San Francisco is like who they supposed to be, right? And the AFC version, which I'm backtracking because I thought they were, but I don't really think Baltimore. I think by the end of the season, Baltimore gonna be on the outside looking in. If they continue to play how they're playing,
Lamar just got hurt today.
That's a good comparison. You're right. They're about the same type of team. They can hurt some people, but they not just
not doing what you want them to do, right? So
Lamar got hurt today.
They've been better, huh?
Lamar got hurt today.
Yeah. He got scammed. They've been better than the teams that they played in the recent weeks, but they don't dominate these teams. They beat Carolina because Baker Mayfield was their quarterback. My goodness, right? They go out there and they blow a 9-point lead versus Jacksonville.
Hey, I need everybody, whoever sees this, at timestamp 41 minutes and 20 seconds to go apologize to Sam Darnold.
That's all I'm saying.
Fight on. He'll be at the game this weekend.
Ain't give my boy no shot. Make him a saint.
Sorry for cutting you off. No, hell no. I didn't say that shit, though. I didn't say that shit.
Anybody.
I did not say that shit. Make that nigga sing. Look.
Yeah, you're 23.
Baltimore is struggling in the red zone on offense.
Yep. They kicked like 4 field goals versus Jacksonville.
This is versus the bad teams.
How many drops they had in the red zone?
They got like 6 trips in the red zone versus Jacksonville.
And they kicked all 6 field. They kicked more than 6. I think they scored 2 touchdowns.
Well,
one.
I know Will's in the chat. What Will say? Will's in the chat. I know he is. He said they had like 6 trips when they missed. They kicked field goals, something like that.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Who did it? And this is just not this game. It carried over from Carolina. They were slow versus Carolina. They were slow the game before. They've been struggling. Out of the 4 losses they got, they was leading in all those games late.
Yep.
They lost all those games, and 2 of those weren't even good teams.
Look, I'm gonna agree with the announcers. Well, not the announcer, analysts. Some analysts. I can't just say they offense is fully healthy. Whoever knows whenever they'll be fully healthy. But Lamar Jackson is literally out there trying to survive with 36-year-old Deshaun Jackson, 33-year-old Deshaun Jackson. Gus Edwards out here fumbling the ball because he ain't played in a year or 2. And then I don't even know who the other receiver is for him, really, besides Mark Andrews.
Duvernay?
Nah, he be disappearing in games.
You're not wrong. But here's the thing, though. Like, I understand it.
It's never consistent with them.
They're not even playing to their strength. They got to the 1-yard line last week, and they did play some fake.
Yeah, I seen that shit. I ain't mad at it.
Get to some point, where they get in 3rd down in the red zone. Lamar not even looking to pass; he just looking for the run lane. And the run lane closed, like, oh shit, who's open, right? And he just, I don't know. The offense just seemed like it's missed the property.
Dan Orlovsky, today I was watching him. He was breaking down the film, like, bro, the offense. The scheme of the offense itself is already conflicting with itself, bro. They had him doing like some levels concept with nothing coming. Not, you know how you got your high post, maybe you got your like a sail route. You supposed to have like a drag or something coming underneath. They had somebody swinging. They had the swing route going to the right, and the other player crossing the field. Lamar ain't got no option to throw it to. And then, like you said, the run lane ain't there, so he just out here doing this. He just chucked it down the field, obviously incomplete.
He ain't gonna. Well, the one thing about Lamar, he ain't gonna complain. He gonna say he gonna have to play better. Which that's pretty much every QB. But we've been talking about that weak-ass scheme. That scheme has been terrible for 4 years.
It might be a blessing in disguise because Greg Roman just got interviewed for the snapper job. So maybe he'll be
Maybe he'll be gone. Yeah.
But back to my point, like, I think they're going to be on the outside looking in, especially with Cincinnati. They starting to catch fire.
Yeah, Jamar Chase was playing as well, too.
I don't need him to play. I need him to act like he re-hurt his hip for about a game.
You good. Justin Reed said he gonna clamp him up.
Yeah. Tennessee gonna go to the playoff because of the division they in.
Yeah, that division is terrible.
Miami and Buffalo
Probably
and the
gonna be in
Jets.
the playoff. Those three probably. That whole division might actually make the playoff.
Well, I don't think the Patriots gonna make. The Patriots got a tough schedule coming up, and I just don't think.
What is it? 9 teams now? 18, 10 teams now? 8,
Seven.
7. First round bye with the first. So, yeah.
So Chiefs can even be the runaway one, I
Yeah.
believe. And
Buffalo. They got the same record, don't they?
no,
Nah,
Chiefs
Buffalo.
did.
Chiefs a game up. Yeah. Actually, it's Chiefs a game up on Miami and Buffalo. So this week is a loom large. So you got Buffalo playing New England tomorrow, and Miami playing San Francisco on Sunday, and the Chiefs playing. So, I mean, still a lot of football left, but
Yeah, about 4-5 weeks.
yeah, with the Bengals getting hot, the Ravens, they got Cleveland with Deshaun Watson back. They got Cincinnati again.
I don't think, to me, honestly, I don't think Deshaun gonna do much.
He probably
He probably won't go crazy, but you might get a flash or two. I mean, they copied even in him being pedestrian.
It's a
They
division
copied.
game.
Yeah.
You know, it's a division game. Them division games, I mean, think about how they played them with Jacoby Brissett, which they should have won, but they, you know what I'm saying, Jacoby Brissett made the mistake. But those division games are always tough. I think they dropped one to Pittsburgh, honestly, which I guess I got to walk this back as well. Kenny Pickett is looking a lot better.
Get you a ticket for Kenny Pickett, man. He was hating on my dog.
I mean, I think more of the credit is to George Pickens.
He's coming on.
He a monster, but somebody got to throw the ball. Kenny two gloves. Come on, dog.
He's coming on that Deontay Johnson is fading. You don't even hear Deontay Johnson's name in the game.
He get like 3 catches and then he obsolete.
I mean, I guess he got the number 1 on him, but you know, Kenny Pickett don't care. Well, George Pickens don't care about that. So
Yeah.
It's gonna be exciting.
He get his little money for 2 years. I bet, like you said, remember we talking about it. He get his money for these little 2-year extension. He gone. He next up out of there.
Great pain on that, especially he ain't getting.
that's what you said. He is next up out of there. What y'all think about the situation in the Jets? I think Mike White got him a spot, baby.
I mean, bro, he did it last year too, though. Like, until he got hurt. Remember, he had got hurt, and so
Darius seen what I put in the group text message about. I said, "Oh, it looked like it's a Zach Wilson thing." This was like because it's raining and he still got 300 yards passing. Tell me what I missed. What you want to say? It was versus New England. All right, cool. No, I'm not saying New England defense ain't good, but bro, 2 yards in the second half.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
2 yards. That means you telling me you wasn't throwing the ball, and we ain't throwing situations.
Yeah.
He missed a wide open touchdown.
Yeah, he did.
So like, it's either the scheme he ain't getting, or you know, a lot of people say he wasn't good coming out of BYU. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say he ain't getting the scheme. He probably ain't good. I ain't really tripping about it. You know what I'm saying?
It's again, bro. Like I think
He wasn't a top 5 pick. I didn't say he wasn't good. He wasn't a top 5.
Yeah, I'd say
one
that.
of them things, folks let the talent flash override the overall player. Happens. This is what happens with the draft. You draft. You really rolling the dice anytime you draft anybody. So
You draft off potential.
But yeah, bro. I mean, hey, if it ain't locking it up here, the show ain't gonna show up on the field. He literally he tried to hand the ball off on a pass play. Like he missing it. Like he's not getting it, fam. And Mike White again last year showed the same thing until he got hurt that he can play football at this level competently. And now they got an extra receiver, and they use all the receivers now, which helps the offense, and it worked.
I tell you what. If the Jets go out here and look like they did versus Chicago offensively, it's gonna be hard for Zach Wilson to get his job back.
Who they play this week?
The Vikings.
The Vikings. So Mike White go out there and slice them up.
It's not even that. I don't even believe that. If he go out there and just have 200 yards passing, he can throw 2 picks as well and 2 touchdowns. We know who we going with.
If they end the game late, it's gonna be tough for Zach Wilson to get his job.
He might get traded.
He go out there and steal a win.
They can always trade him to Carolina. They love getting them.
I'm hoping that the Vikings win because I need the Jets to lose. But
Yeah, you do.
if they were to, if he were to do what
Yeah.
y'all say, yeah,
Even I think even if I lost, he go out there and it's a shootout and he's putting numbers up and
No,
say for what
that's what I'm saying. It don't even have to be a shoot. If he throw for 250 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, he got the job. Cause we can fix the mistakes.
yeah.
Zach ain't even making the mistakes. He ain't even making the mistakes, but the mistakes are just like, bro, like you throwing it 5 yards, fam. Like, come on, bro.
you ain't gotta do that.
Okay.
Man threw the ball 40 yards for no reason. Threw a
Like-
pick. I said, what you got to do, fam?
Like, bro, like he throwing 5 yard routes, bro, and he missing them. Like, how can I sit here and be like, well, he the QB next week? I understand. I was trying to figure out where the fuck Joe Flacco went. Shit.
He got released though.
Yeah, he did. I guess they seen what Mike White was about. They didn't release him.
No, they did.
He killed Mike White last week.
I must have like the more than whatever. I thought he got like wave.
Nah, he was just a healthy scratch, and he backed up Mike White last week. And I think he'll back up Mike White this week.
What y'all think about Jordan Love?
He looked good in his 5 or 6 minutes of fame. He looked real good. I think the Packers need to entertain the idea of just moving forward Jordan Love, at least for the rest of the season. I mean, obviously you can't move forward with him for the rest. You know, you just paid this quarterback this substantial amount of money, so obviously Aaron Rodgers is going to be taking snaps next year. But I think we need to entertain the idea of just let Jordan Love play. At least you can see what you got.
Yeah, because they're truly not playing for anything. So it's like I just feel like
maybe you can sucker punch somebody in trading for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, or shoot. I mean, if you gotta commit, or yeah, Aaron Rodgers, but if you gonna commit to Aaron Rodgers, shoot, try to see if you can get a meal ticket on Jordan. Shoot, what's up with it? Throw on some
Like the Saints probably tried to trade with your man's.
No, bro. I'm with Zoo on this. 2 years from now, catch us Caleb Williams.
So y'all gonna suck 2 years from now. Is what you gonna?
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we gonna fire Dylan Allen. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna say we're gonna get what we need, fam. The window ain't completely closed.
I got you.
You know what
I
mean?
told you what's gonna have to happen, bro. Y'all gonna have to trade AK. Y'all gonna trade Michael Thomas. Y'all gonna have to.
Nah, not both of them. One of them gotta go though.
One of them for sure. But
Definitely entertain the idea of trying to trade Michael Thomas, especially with their emergence of Chris Olave. I would definitely. The man ain't played in 3 years.
we ain't said you wrong, brother. We just ain't trading both. One, maybe two.
To if you want me to be honest,
Y'all telling me. All right, I'm asking.
let me be honest. More than likely, Michael Thomas ain't gonna get traded. Contract.
Y'all telling me. Listen to me. Y'all the GM, right? So y'all telling me if I came calling, I give y'all a second and a third and a late round pick for Michael Thomas. Y'all ain't moving.
Nah, I ain't moving.
So
I'm not moving.
You ain't moving. Bet. Zoo, you moving?
I'm not.
You talking about this year?
Yes.
I'm not moving because, well, I would move if Michael Thomas' contract was reasonable.
Yeah,
Nobody's
it's not the
picking
money,
up
though.
that contract, fam.
Telling you, like, if that was the case, contract aside.
Contract aside,
Yeah, contract aside.
you give me a late first and a third, I'll take it.
I ain't giving you no first one, nigga. I ain't played. A second is already too much. He ain't played it.
I mean, I ain't moving. Yeah, you seen what they did with CJ, right? I mean, shit. We would have got a first off that shit.
No, nobody's gonna give y'all no first for CJ got the job. Nobody's gonna give y'all first.
I bet he get paid this year.
He having a good year.
Yeah, I mean that's what he playing
Y'all
for.
moving out there.
I'm saying you said contract aside. I can entertain it. I can entertain you.
Yeah, contract aside, I can entertain it, but I want a late first.
On the numbers,
That's with me negotiating with you.
With the numbers though, his contract really ain't bad overall. Just for us, it ain't good right now because it's still the big hit. So yeah, I mean overall, but yeah, you talking about just you called me, my man Money, ain't no issue. You talking about second and the third? Go ahead, shake something.
I think about it.
There's another team. I'm calling you a late first in a mid-round pick for Alvin Kamara. Y'all ain't moving.
Nah, I'm not moving for that one though.
I keep what it was on. You hear me?
I ain't moving that one. Now, if you talking about you gonna give me a top 15 pick, then yeah, I'll move.
Got a first round pick in an hour.
A late first in the mid round. You talking about like a third though? I mean, I can see them taking that though, because he's gonna.
Yeah, I can. No, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but me personally, you asking us.
Yeah, right.
Top 15 pick, and you give me a third or fourth round, I'll take it.
You getting a top 10?
You got top 15 production coming out this year, G.
Bro, he a top.
Bro,
10
he a top 10 back. We know that.
At his best top 5 too.
No, at his best top 3. What do you mean?
I'm just saying, I'm keeping it general.
I'm not disagreeing with none of that. But
Really, the best. He really the best back.
That's true. What I seen this last year. He ain't top 10 in the numbers this last year. This year.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I'm going with you on that. You talking about this year? Those are more likely trades to take. Now we talking about the overall capitalization of what they got going on career wise. You got
well, that's what they thinking about. They're not just thinking about him this past year and not thinking about the other 4 years they got. Because they'd be like, why are we trading for him?
Know about what you've done for me or what you've done lately, right?
Literally 2 seasons ago, he was a top. He was a top 5 running back.
Last year he was up there too.
In jail 2 seasons ago.
Huh?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So you talking about, bro? You for a team that don't even have a first round pick, you would think you're like, all right, no matter if they're late, if who's gonna be late? Who's gonna be late? Name a team that's gonna pick late. The Lions got a late pick because they got a trade, right? So if they offer that trade, y'all telling me y'all ain't taking it. I think they're gonna pick it like 27 or something. Y'all ain't taking 27.
But so this is what I'm saying. Like you gotta look at.
Y'all ain't taking 27.
You gotta look at the team. You gotta look at. You talking about for AK, right?
Yes.
Look at the team they got behind. Look who behind him, Darius.
What you mean?
Mark Ingram, who's about to fucking retire. You got Jones and you got Washington. Like,
right.
And David Johnson.
Right.
Yeah, I would want to get a higher pick so I can get Gibbs so to replace what I want.
Gibbs ain't gonna go in the top 15.
Yes, he gone. He gone, man.
This is a loaded running back class.
Who else coming out?
He's coming out.
Who?
Chase Brown, who I've expressed 1,000 times, I think he's one of the top backs in the league. He's coming out.
Charbonnet, what his name is?
Charbonnet.
Bijan coming out.
Bijan, it's like, so you telling me sitting at 27.
But this is what I'm saying. Bijan and Gibbs are the best 2 backs this year. It's not even close. Well, I give it to Chase Brown. Chase Brown up there.
Yeah, Chase Brown's super nice.
Yeah, he is. But he ain't gonna go in the top 15. Bijan and Gibbs, I ain't out the rim of them not going in the top 15.
Yeah, man, going top 15.
Look, I'm just saying. Look, all right, you said 27. I don't top 25.
No, because you can have somebody like the Patriots. They're gonna take somebody that they're supposed to go in the 6th round. They're gonna take them in the 1st round.
You probably should. You're probably right, but I'm just saying.
You know, right?
I mean, if you really somewhere between 25 and 29, as a Saint, and you don't got no first round pick, do y'all got a first round in 2024?
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't got no first round pick. I think you should move these 2 players, get some capital. Y'all not winning nothing no time soon, especially if y'all talking about getting quarterbacks.
Oh no, you don't know nothing. Anyway.
Well, I mean, first of all, I was joking. I've been joking about the QB. I just want to say we're gonna get Caleb Williams. More than likely, we probably gonna draft Hendon Hooker and try to get him late and try to develop him because he was on the verge of being a winner of Heisman. So I mean, it ain't out the rim, ain't just towards ACL.
It ain't too far, yeah. It ain't too far.
But there's no promise. Like y'all not the only people thinking about this.
Yeah.
Somebody might go crazy.
Who else need a QB?
Washington, they gonna need the QB. The Giants.
Well, don't they got Sam Howell?
Man, if they let my boys win, they let my dogs win, right?
There you go, understand, fam.
So are you talking about who needs a QB outside of the obvious?
Yeah, like the obvious that like we just know that like fucking the Texans. We know the Texans need a fucking QB.
Okay.
Not Detroit or Houston.
Washington, right? Detroit gonna need a quarterback soon. Tampa Bay's gonna need a quarterback soon.
But Tampa Bay been drafting quarterbacks for the last 3 years. They might as well just try to get Lamar. Tampa Bay.
Don't say that, fam. I'll put that in there.
I'm just saying, if I'm Tampa Bay's owner, that's what I'm looking at because we spending the block on Tom Brady based off of this fucking year. Shit, we look like shit. And then we could go get Lamar. He 20 fucking fold.
Should be a clown show on Sunday.
Yeah, but you saying that as if Baltimore either A is not gonna pay him or B not gonna franchise tag.
Well, he ain't playing he ain't playing on that franchise tag.
I thought it was mandatory the first time. He got the option the second time.
It might be. You know, I don't know NFL that damn well.
I think the CBA changed it. I think it's soon they different until they ain't got to necessarily. But you might be right. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, bro. To be honest, overall.
But this year ain't even the QB class. It's the following year that's the QB class.
But listen, there's some nice QBs coming up this year.
I ain't disagreeing with that, but next year the QB class.
Yeah, the Rams probably gonna need a QB soon. The Falcons, depending on what they do with Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, how long is Captain Kirk contract going to Minnesota?
They gonna need a quarterback soon, real soon. So I'm saying all these teams, Denver, they stuck with Russell Wilson, but all these teams, it ain't no guarantee that Henry Hooker gonna be there when y'all want. My whole point. This is my whole point. I think the Saints need to entertain trade Alvin Kamara and Mike.
It ain't. It's not impossible. I just don't think I don't find it likely to happen. They're very much glued into their people. It'd be different if or Mike Thomas is more likely than AK. I'm gonna say that in terms of how they've been trading with those positions. Either they let people walk or they trade them early. And since they didn't let Mike Thomas walk the first time, and they ain't thought about or put that trade in the air.
They had it in the wall the first time. He hadn't played since then.
Well, boys, breaking news. It looks like the college football is going to 12 teams.
Next year?
2024.
Ooh.
They just signed the petition. Well, the Rose Bowl did, so I'm going to just take it as when the Rose Bowl signed it, it's signed over. Shit.
And that's just in time for us to be back. You feel me? You see how God works? Hurricanes.
Bro, y'all still getting y'all ass beat by Clemson.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Yes, I do know that.
I look like after what I just seen the page, I had a couple ways ago.
All right, bro.
2025. Bro, I gave you 2024 2 years ago with Danny. 2025 with Crystal Ball.
2026. I see y'all might be cooking something.
I hope so.
Because if you're not, you can just come on over to the Big Ten with me, baby.
Listen, if by 2020, if I don't get no problems going into 2025, I'm gonna go ahead and be a Tiger fan too. Man, call it what it was.
Who a Tiger fan? Yeah, you SoCal fan. You right.
No, I'm good. I don't even mess with California like that.
That's your problem. That's why you fucking suck. That's why they suck down. You like Florida and shit.
From down south, you hear me?
Look, chat, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. We're really just ranting on right now. We ain't seen each other in the whole week.
On me.
So
holidays was good.
I bet it was good for you, fam.
I'm gonna put a particular. What's up?
I ain't talking about that. Hey, it was good seeing y'all. I was itching to hear me. I had to get my little pressure off.
What's your score prediction, fool? For y'all guys?
Who?
Give me your picks overall for the weekend. You got it's time.
Who, me or Darius? Darius.
I'm glad you asked.
Because I'm only watching football on Friday.
I'm glad you asked. Friday, I got a shootout going on. I got 47-40. Trojans lock up at that 4th seed in the playoffs. Right. K-State and TCU. I got TCU in the easy one. I got 31-13. TCU lock up the 3rd seed. LSU and Georgia. I got a tight one. But I think Georgia get the job done. I got Georgia 24-16. UCF and Tulane is a rematch. It's gonna be a shootout.
Damn, that man just skipped over Michigan.
Nah, I'm gonna go there right now.
Oh, okay, bad.
I'm going down the line. Michigan and Purdue blowout. I don't think Aiden O'Connell is playing. He had some stuff going on in the family, so I think there's gonna be a blowout. Michigan by a lot.
What was your Tulane prediction? What was it some scope?
Shootout.
Tulane Cincy.
Tulane UCF.
Tulane dub.
My gut want to give Tulane. Clemson, North Carolina. Drake May might be my favorite quarterback in all of college football. I just enjoy watching him play. However, I just don't think Dabo loses the big game. Way too much experience, way too much talent. North Carolina don't got enough on defense to stop Will Shipley and the Clemson Tiger offense. Got the backups on. DJU was 8 for 29 and 99 yards last week. He ain't gonna be a Clemson Tiger next year. I tell you.
He moving a tight end.
Yeah, he moving out of Clemson. I don't know where he's gonna be, but he won't be in Clemson next year. But I do got Clemson winning that game.
System don't fit him, man. That system don't fit him.
34-29. Clemson. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I said, yeah.
You know, they said he going to Louisville.
I'm like, well, they still gonna fucking suck. It don't matter where he fucking go.
I'm just saying. That's what they
I'm
say.
just being honest with you. He go to Louisville, they still gonna fucking suck.
Hurricanes by 21.
Look, y'all. Look, we appreciate y'all rocking. Everybody on Friday, you make sure you tune in to the men of Troy versus. I wish they would have played Texas. I'd have went to that. We went to that game for sure. That, but
it should have been playing this weekend, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
But other than that, y'all don't want to know my score prediction. Y'all catch me next Wednesday on the show. USC win, I'm USC down. If they lose, we ain't having a show next week.
He's so rude. He's so rude.
So, well, other than that, Zeus, you got something to say?
Hey man, good luck. Good luck on Friday, fam. I'm with you.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I can give you. That's all I can give you. Tulane with a dub. That's all I know.
You got anything for the Saints?
Hey man, upset special, baby. Hey, the clown show's on Sunday, but we going stupid.
Upset, bro. They 5-6.
No. I'm talking about for the playoffs. Upset special. Yeah. The clown show's on Sunday. We just gonna be the bigger clown. Go crazy, get a dub. And then go to we gonna stick it to the playoffs with a whoop. Upset specials. We might go to the Super Bowl. Who knows?
It's just crazy because I said Carolina's gonna win the division. Look.
And they got a chance. They got a chance. I hate it here, bro. I really do. God,
Darius, you got anything else to say?
Time. We're gonna move to 75. We're gonna take it one game at a time, both gang or no gang. You feel me?
Other than that, y'all, we are out from my peoples. From my peoples, man.